Hey guys, welcome to This Side Up and Up. I'm Calvin.
And I'm Olivia.
This is a show where we talk about things, like just random stuff.
Yeah.
Considering this is your first day back to school or university, we're gonna be talking about like first day experiences.
Oh gosh.
We all have that. I know you do right now. You're watching this, hopefully on your first day. If not, something to go back on and rewatch again and again. So, first day experiences.
First day experiences.
Yeah.
I don't really remember my first day at university
Okay.
or at high school, but I remember my first day at primary school.
Okay.
It's a really embarrassing story.
Cool. Tell it.
Okay. So I went to a Chinese primary school in Malaysia, and in general, Chinese schools in Malaysia are known to give the students lots of books. And on my first day of school, I had to carry this bag full of books, because I didn't know which books the teacher wanted, so I just brought them all. And there was a tiny, very enthusiastic 7-year-old walking out of my front door with that huge bag on my back. So the front of my house porch, it's a slope. So I was walking and gravity took over. I fell flat on my face. And yeah, my dad laughed and he said I looked like a tortoise.
It's definitely one of those times where it's just, you remember that time you fell flat on your face?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It was. It was really funny.
Does he tell it to his friends or ask you that very question? Do you remember that time?
Nah, he doesn't tell it to other people, but
Yeah.
he just, once in a while, when he talks about my first day at school, he'll tell me about that again. Yeah.
Well, I want to take it back a few years back before you. 2 years, a couple of years. So, it was kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I remember my first day. I was so excited for school for some reason. I was 5. My mom dropped me off, and then she was going to leave. And
You
then I
cried?
cried.
Oh!
I cried so much. Literally crawling on the ground. Just Mommy! Oh god! Come back!
I can't imagine tiny Calvin.
I remember doing that, and apparently everyone else was already in class.
Okay.
And I was the last one to go into the room, and I was just bawling, and it's like, it's okay, just sit over here.
Did your mom stay with you, or did she just
no,
grow up?
No, she just said, it's okay, I'll be back at whatever time, 3 hours for us now is it just goes, it flies
Eternity.
by. Yeah, for a 5-year-old, it's forever. I'm going to die here in this school without my mom.
Oh no.
Somehow.
That's a terrible way to die. Since you talked about how you cried on the first day of school, so that just reminds me of my first day at school in primary school.
Okay.
So I didn't know how to speak any Mandarin then, nothing. So I was sat next to this boy who was really quiet. He didn't talk. There was nothing on. He didn't show any emotion on his face. But just suddenly, a tear started trickling down his cheek, and then he started crying. It wasn't the all-out bawling type,
not me.
but yeah, not you. But he just started crying, and the tears just started pouring down, and then I panicked because I didn't speak a word of Mandarin.
And you were 7.
Yeah, I didn't know how to tell the teacher, and I felt really helpless.
Okay, what'd you do after that?
Well, I tried to muster whatever little Mandarin I knew. I just went up to the teacher and pointed at that kid and said, "Ta ku." That's all I knew.
It means
Yeah.
he's crying
Yeah.
in Mandarin, just so you know. Okay, I was talking about my first day here in Nottingham University, Malaysia campus. So I was a freaking awkward kid. I say kid, but I was 18. It was like 3 years ago. And at that time, my parents came with me, you know, moving in, everything was cool. And then I told them the last thing, it's gonna be fine.
You're gonna
It's
be
all
fine.
good. I'm good. They left, and I stayed in my room the whole rest of the day.
You're fine, definitely
Oh
fine.
yeah, I was fine. I wasn't dying. I was fine.
Yeah, you were.
And then the next day, of course, I was starving because I didn't have food in my room.
Oh,
So
shucks.
I eventually had to emerge from the safety of my cave and go to the old SA, which you guys probably don't know anymore. It's the old one where it's not the same as it used to be where the Khor is. Just so you guys know, yeah.
Right, that place.
Yeah. I went there, stared at the floor while like on the ground while walking the whole time. Just okay, this is good.
Avoiding eye
I'm good.
contact.
I'm good. Yeah, no eye contact. No one. It's like there wasn't a lot of people around, but it was still freaking awkward to just like I don't know why. It was just
ya.
awkward for me.
Yeah,
And
I know that feel.
I ordered a bowl of noodles. Stared at the noodles the whole time. It was pretty good. I like the noodles. But yeah, had it, went back to my room. Rinse and repeat.
I'm sure you're doing much better now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm speaking in
I
front
mean,
of the
like,
camera.
look into my eye.
Oh my god.
Yeah, eye contact.
Oh my god, eye contact. That's amazing. I can do that now.
Mhm.
3 years. It took me 3 years. Well, 2.5, but still.
Yeah,
Let's just
not
say
bad.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have like these 3 girls like approach me because I'm a lost little boy,
Oh.
and they're like, "Hey, what's up? We've been here for some time. You look like you some help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
show me
look-
around."
You look like you need help.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean it in that way, but
not now
Yeah.
anymore. I hope. Well, yeah, they showed me around, showed me the ropes, and after that, we weren't friends anymore.
What happened? Wait, what happened?
Well, I'm not saying we weren't friends anymore. We haven't talked for like 2 years now.
Oh my god. What happened?
It's one of those situations where you just kind of drift apart. Still grateful.
It's just like that Charlie Puth song, you know.
What is that?
It says we don't talk anymore.
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore.
I
Yeah.
don't know that song.
It's okay.
I don't know that song. Don't judge me for it.
Judging me.
So who were the first people you met on the first day, or the first people who talked to you?
For me, I knew one friend was here, so I pretty much stuck to him, and like, well, I mean, like through him, I got to know his other friends as well, and from there on, like you just kind of like meet the friend of other people's friends, so, and it was just us on campus, so everyone hung out together,
Yeah.
and I remember I saw this girl. Okay, so at that time in July,
Yeah.
you know how dead quiet
your
campus
July,
is.
right,
Yeah,
right.
and my accommodation hall was dead quiet as well.
Mhm.
I mean, like, I didn't hear a single soul around. So one day I actually saw this girl at the end of the corridor. I was like, oh my god, there's another human being in here. I eventually got to talk to her, and then I found out that we were actually in the same course, so that was fantastic. Yeah,
Was that during the daytime or?
daytime. I don't come out at night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't come out at night.
Because legit though, if it was at night, like, it would be scary. For me, at least. I don't know, seeing like
I
some
would
some
too.
random girl standing in the corridor.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you started the conversation.
I don't remember. But I think it was more of like we saw each other and then just kind of said hi.
There's some mutual understanding. We finally see another human being in this hall.
Exactly.
Like, and then it's like, my God, I love you. But what do you guys talk about? You know, like you just go up to each other, hi.
Well, I guess it's just standard stuff. Like, you would ask the person like, "Oh, hi, are you a new student as well?
Yeah.
What course are you doing?"
Okay.
And yeah, from there on, like, where are you from and all that kind of things.
Mhm.
And you know, one thing I always forget
What?
to ask people for their names.
Oh yeah, I do that too. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I ask everything else and then it's like, okay, cool, see you around.
Yeah. Like, you could have this really fantastic long chat
Yeah.
as if like we're old friends, and then I go back to my room and I realize, wait, I didn't get their name.
Mm.
I don't think they got my name either, so
Take notes, guys. Take
yeah,
notes.
don't forget names.
Oh.
Well, how do you think, like, are there better ways to talk to people?
Mm.
Well,
I think that's what you said was like pretty solid. It's small talk, you know. We gotta start. We
Yeah.
gotta start somewhere. I hate small
exactly.
talk. I hate small talk.
Me too.
Or I'm trying to like it, but you know,
But
just,
it has its
just
users, you know.
you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
How do you start conversations with people?
Yeah. How was like your first day at school or university?
Mhm.
Like, I'm sure there's lots of colorful stories out there. So
Did you talk to people, or did you like stay in your room like me and starve and wait it out? And yeah, tell us in the comments down below.
And if you do like this video, do like it, share it with your friends, and yeah, you guys can just have a good laugh over it.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us your stories. See ya.
See ya.
This is Andy's this side. Wait, this is.
This side up and up.
Oh yeah, welcome to This Side Up and Up, where we talk and giggles. I thought we changed the name. Oh yeah. Welcome to Ollie and the Rando. I am no Rando.